all these people waiting for the bus.
7 months ago, I was shocked because everybody stays like in line, even though there's no like signal. Because I'm used to taking the bus to go to school, and everybody pushes each other.
No order.
Like the Hunger
It's a
Games.
fight, exactly. It's a war. So girls, how was the ganjang that we ate before? Did you like it or not?
Yeah, it was very good.
I love it. I already know what I'm eating on my birthday.
Okay, very nice. When is your birthday?
22nd of November.
November, girl. I'm also
12.
November girl.
Yay!
11.
We are November girls.
Oh,
Scorpio.
Scorpio team. Now, even though I know you're full, we're gonna go to a hot place in a very hot cafe and we're gonna eat something sweet, you know, for the digestion. Are you ready to go?
Yay!
Yes. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. So one thing that is very nice about Korea is transportations. It doesn't matter if you take the subway, the bus, you can just walk. It's gonna be very comfortable. Go there and wait for the bus. We're gonna queue for a little while and wait for the bus to come.
So are all these people waiting for the bus?
Yes, they are. How about China? Because I feel like Koreans are very good at queuing in general.
Well, I don't live in a big city, so I think if you are in Shanghai or in Beijing, more or less it's the same situation.
When I arrived here 7 months ago, I was shocked because everybody stays like in line, even though there's no like signal. Because I'm used to taking the bus to go to school, and everybody pushes each other.
Like in Italy,
Yeah.
there's no order.
Like the Hunger
It's a
Games.
fight, exactly. It's a war.
Especially old people, they are the worst.
So unfortunately today there were so many people, so we couldn't really get on the bus. We got the subway. So how was your trip in the subway? Was it okay?
Okay, but it was too crowded for me. I think it because it was the rush hour.
Yeah. But wait, I feel like in China there are even more people.
Because where I live, it's not a big city, and so I never take the subway during the rush hours. I remember when I was living in Beijing in the morning, 8 and 30 a.m. and 9 a.m. or 5 p.m. in the afternoon. People push. So yeah, I think probably in China it's even worse than here. There, everyone is pushing, no matter if they're old ladies or just kids or just normal people, everyone is pushing.
So they don't queue,
They do, but the problem is that when the doors are open, they don't wait for people to come out. There's always this saying in Chinese that is, so you first need to get off, and then people can get on, okay? And they always have to repeat this, so you will, hear people saying, we don't need a ticket when you go to the train station. We all need a passport. Only a passport. So if you already got a ticket, you just need to scan your passport and you can go inside.
So you buy the ticket, let's say online, and it's on your ID.
Yes, it's linked. Really? So they only scan your passport, not the ticket.
So how to pay it? Like you charge it every month?
No. I mean, if you want to, for example, me, if I want to buy a ticket, I will buy online, and then I go to the train station, I will scan my passport and I can go inside. Actually, I remember once, like 2 weeks ago, I was in this city, in Shenzhen, and they have several train stations. I avoided the wrong one to the wrong station, and when I arrived there and he input my passport number, say, oh, you didn't buy a ticket? I said, yes, I did. And then I showed him, say, okay, but this is another train station. I said,
But then you always need to carry your passport around.
always.
But the passport is quite big, so it's uncomfortable to carry it around. And I would be worried to lose it every time.
If I go to the subway or I get to the bus, but if I need to take a train, I need a passport. Otherwise, I cannot go inside.
I think Korea is better in this.
Yeah.
Well, the Chinese in this is not flexible at all, And now it's still okay, but before COVID, you used to scan your passport and 90% of the time it wasn't work. So you always need to have the Chinese guy, like the person who is gonna input your number and then you can go. Foreigners, it's still like a very tricky, complicated thing in China. So yeah, especially I remember when I needed to change my passport because it was expired. 2 years ago, it was a mess because you need to change all your info on your bank account, on everything.
Like now, I'm used to it, but the first days that I was here, also in summer, it's like the subway is crazy hot, but then you get on the train and it's crazy cold.
Oh my god, don't talk about that.
Yes.
Freezing. You need to wear something. I don't know how they survive. Like in Italy, we have this thing, it's called colpo d'aria.
Yeah.
So for the Koreans who don't know what that is, being hit by air. That's the literal translation of colpo d'aria. And it's one of the worst things that can happen to you in Italy. So Italians are very weak to colpo d'aria, your throat. So if you get it on your throat or face or ears, you're gonna catch a cold or something. But if you get it on your belly, then you spend the rest of your day in the toilet.
Worst thing is that like you walk through all the cars to look for the one that has low, like not strong hair conditioning, but it's still super strong. So outside, it's like you're melting down, but you still gotta have like a sweater to put on when you're on the subway, because otherwise you go to the hospital.
Yeah, I don't know how they. So you probably tried to get on the bus before, for sure, in 7 months.
Yes.
So I noticed like some very positive things about buses. For example, what I personally like, because I'm very like impatient. I feel like it's very comfortable every time I am at the bus stop to see where the bus actually is. So at what stop the bus is and how much time left for the bus to arrive to the bus stop. I feel that's very comfortable. And also like every time you need to go a little bit far, there are some expressways that only buses can go through, so you can actually get right away where you have to go.
They're always in a line. Nobody pushes nobody, and so I see they're very respectful. And also I like that when it's winter and it's very cold, there's like the heating, and sometimes even the seat is heated. So that's amazing, because you're like, to buy the ticket to use the bus instead of maybe the taxi or anything else. Yeah, it's cold, but you're sitting there, you see it's heated, so you're like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna take this one, I'm gonna take the next one. I'm just relaxing.
At the bus stop, there are some benches and they get warm. So when you sit, and it's very nice, because here winter is crazy cold. Also, like I feel that buses are not that expensive, like they're quite cheap, so they're pretty much comfortable, and there is some discount if you get on the subway and then you get on the bus. So I feel like that's a very nice system.
How much is the fare for?
I think it's around €1. But Grazia, do I see some iced coffee there?
Where? I like it.
I'm gonna pass it just because it's with latte, there's milk and coffee.
Cafe latte, but with vanilla syrup. Yeah, it's that. But in Italy, you will only drink it cold. So when I arrived to Korea, I developed this addiction to vanilla latte. So like all of my money got to cafes, all right? So when I went back in July, I was like, I want my vanilla latte. But I didn't realize that I could actually buy the stuff and make it at home. Then I got back here and I started drinking like 3 every day, which is not super healthy. Every time I drink more than one, I spend all night like this. You wanna try it?
But it's not bad, yeah.
I post these stories sometimes on Instagram where I like rate vanilla lattes around Seoul. So
I think this one is good because there's not too much vanilla in it. But if they put too much vanilla, I don't know. There is some weird aftertaste that I don't like.
Every time there's like more than 1 pump of vanilla syrup, that feeling in your throat is like,
Yeah, it just tastes like cafe latte. But anyways, when we ordered it, you notice that I leave here all my stuff.
Yeah, you did. It's safe, but I don't do it anyway.
Also, in China, they don't steal, but you don't do it.
No, I just prefer to bring my bag everywhere.
She's still Italian inside.
It's my mom. She always like make me look at your bag. What's your bag? What's your bag? I say okay. And so I think I got traumatized.
And also, we lived in Venice, like both me and Marianna. We lived in Venice, and there were so many people trying to steal our stuff everywhere.
Now it's even worse.
Now it's even worse.
Also, I think in Venice there's this lady does the videos pickpockets. Yeah, she warns people.
Yes, and it's worse, and I know that because my sister now she's living in Venice, and she got this apartment, and it's a very old one, and she talked to her neighbor, and she said that they have so many like robbings there, and they need to pay attention, especially. No, it wasn't. It got worse.
We're talking about 10 years ago.
Yeah, and now it's also very difficult to find an apartment in the island. Like we're comparing the situation when me and Julia were living there, and now it got, I think, more dangerous, and it got more difficult to get a decent apartment.
But still, like in Italy, everywhere, wherever, I would never leave my bag.
If you're like, I'm from a small town, so like I leave my bag, I leave my everything there.
Because everyone knows each other.
Even if someone steals something, someone else gonna tell them like, give it back. So it's okay. But like, for example, I was staying near Milano, and then I took the train with my friends to go to actually Milano. So I arrived at the central station. I was like, I think it's so beautiful. I love it. So I got in the subway to go to Duomo. I was so excited. Like 3 minutes into the subway, and I see a hand reaching for my friend's necklace. Like he pushed it, and like we just ran away. And then also one of my friends told me he went with his family to Napoli, and he said we were in this pastry store, like cake store. And he said my grandma was holding her wallet here. She like was pointing out what she wanted. The wallet fell down. She looked down to get it, and like it disappeared. Like already it vanished, and within a second. And like then they heard people saying that they saw a guy grabbing it and running away. In like 2 seconds.
The thing is that every time I go back to Italy, since I'm not used to that anymore, okay, so I know it happens, but I'm not used to be that careful anymore.
It's you're unconsciously
Yeah.
not that aware anymore, I think.
Not long ago, I was with my boyfriend in Hongdae, and like we were sitting on a bench and talking. Went to some stores, and then he said, "Hold up, where's my phone?" It's like we went back to that bench, and the phone was still there. No one touched it.
Yeah, in Italy you can find two.
Empty one.
Yes.
In a bush.
Yeah, but again, I don't think it's just an Italian thing. I
Yeah,
think maybe it can happen in
thing.
European or US.
So it's been already 3 days you're here. What do you want to do next? And what was the best thing that you did until now? We went to the Noreban together.
And I love that, and it's amazing.
So what's the thing that you want to do apart from going to Wapkujon with me tonight?
Actually, I would like to go to the theater.
She said there's no movie theaters in China.
I mean, unless you like Chinese movies. Like if you want to watch some foreign movies, it's not really easy to find them.
There's no international theaters.
Not really.
I think you should go hiking. If you have the time, you should go hiking the Bukhansan, especially now that it's not too hot. You should go to arcades. They're very popular here with the claw machines, and like there's a lot of plushies. That's very funny, and it's very cheap, I think, compared to Italy. And the nightlife
In?
Apgujeong.
That's right.
Trust me, one thing that everybody that I meet says is that nightlife in Korea is different from anywhere in the world.
Are you gonna go?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, let's go.